drop him? Wait, did you just pick him up just to drop him? He did? What the fuck?
Losing your tail also removes one of your best offensive options.
I'm sorry, holy fuck, he smacked the fuck out of that cat. Like, look at that, bro. Isn't that, like, isn't it crazy that, are they fucking? Are they fucking? Hi, my name is Mori Memento, I'm an afterlife placement specialist, and before I could place your ass into the afterlife, first I want to make you sit through my special interests. We're going to be watching a little channel called Tierzoo. So for those of you who don't know, Tierzoo is a YouTube channel that covers Earth. But not in the way that you expect. Tierzoo is a channel that covers Earth as an MMORPG, where he actually gives mechanics and skills to all the fucking creatures, including us on Earth. And I've seen a few of his videos before. This dude has such a fucking unique channel, dude. I love this shit. And right now, to start off, and so I can introduce you guys to this, we're gonna be watching the Lizard tier list. Lick. Chameleon use Lick. Oh my god! Holy shit!
This video was made in partnership.
He just headshot the fuck out of that bird.
Reptiles are a diverse faction full of many strategies.
Okay.
And generally speaking, they tend to be fairly straightforward. Turtles are tank builds that spec high defensive stats at the cost of mobility.
I thought he was gonna bite the tail.
Crocodiles are damage dealers that focus on grappling to secure kills. Snakes optimize for stealth and rely on status effects to bring down their targets.
RIP bunny.
But where do lizards fit into the meta?
Oh my!
They aren't really known for.
I'm sorry. What is it? What is it with small creatures and frequently wanting the smoke? Like, if you're below a certain size, you are always wanting the smoke. You want to throw hands no matter what. What is it with that? Why do all of you short kings and queens want to go so early to your death? I don't understand.
Extreme speed, but as far as cold-blooded builds go, they're quicker than most.
Damn, look at that guy go.
And while not as tanky as turtles,
leave the turtle alone!
Snakes,
oh my god.
They can hold their own in each of these departments as well. Some of the larger lizards can even give crocodilians a run for their money in the power category too. While many of them could best be described as jack-of-all-trades generalists, there are also plenty of lizards with extremely unique abilities. So to better understand the many different game plans employed by the lizard player base, today we're going through the lizard tier list. Before we get into the
we had two S tiers. What are your guys' bet for the S tier? Okay, I'm gonna go with Komodo Dragon, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Chameleon.
Tier list though. First, I'd like to start
a
with
monitor is a good guess. A monitor is also a really good guess.
So back during the Carboniferous experience, the meta revolved around the conflict between the two most powerful factions, the amphibians and the arthropods. However, during this time, a small subsection of the amphibian player base unlocked two new special abilities. The eggshell, which allowed them to respawn on dry land rather than in the water.
Respawn on dry land,
scales,
oh my god.
Which gave them massively increased dehydration resistance. This eliminated their reliance on water and allowed them to explore tons of new strategies, eventually diversifying into all of the reptile builds in today's meta, as well as a few that were so overpowered that they ended up getting nerfed. The most powerful lizard build of all time was the Mosasaurus, a build that arose from a player base of beach-dwelling monitor lizards that spec'd into aquatic mobility options in order to avoid being griefed by
Okay, I just gotta say, this dude's script writing is really good. He does a really good job of selling you the fact that this is a fucking MMO. He does such a good job of doing that.
Dinosaurs. But what are the most powerful lizards of today's meta? We're actually going to begin in D tier, as I don't think there are any truly awful lizard builds.
Okay.
The adaptations they've made to eliminate the weaknesses
I feel like that would be more of a
C
C tier thing, no?
Is enough to escape
I feel like C tier is that like there's no bad thing.
So how do lizards stack up?
You get the job done.
Let's get into the tier list.
A skink, let's go.
In D tier, we have the skink. A small with very little in the way
of that little guy, dude.
Abilities. Their stats are also quite low, and their game plan generally just
oh my god, I love these little guys. I always wanted one as a pet.
And struggles pretty hard when forced to defend itself. In particular, this build has a lot of trouble dealing with birds. Despite the fact that it often hunts in grassy fields, it lacks the stealth stats required to avoid detection from above. In fact, many skinks are known for being brightly colored or having one specifically brightly colored body part. Skinks try to avoid being griefed by digging burrows for themselves, and while burrows are a great hiding place, the burrowing playstyle tends to work best when you've got the ability to launch a powerful
attack in a single
direction.
Look at him.
since the bottleneck of a burrow makes it near impossible.
No, little kitty, get the fuck out of there! Get the fuck out of there! No, go back inside!
Can't really mount any sort of attack, so if their burrow gets discovered, it's most likely game over. The one defensive ability they do have is one commonly found in the
Holy shit! Oh, the tail!
Autonomy allows the user to drop their tail in order to get one free escape from a combo or grab. Now, to be fair, being able to break out of your opponent's death combos is an extremely useful trait.
That is really good.
Save you from certain defeat. But with that said, autonomy is extremely costly to use, isn't guaranteed to work,
no, and it didn't guarantee!
Leaves you with reduced max HP for the rest of the game, even if your character has regenerative abilities. For the larger lizard builds, losing your tail also removes one of your best offensive options.
I'm sorry, holy fuck, he smacked the fuck out of that cat. He slapped the living shit out of that cat, god damn. He is right though, like, okay, from a gameplay perspective, getting a get out of jail free card from a fucking death combo, especially in like, if you think in like fighting game terms, right? Like if you think in fighting game terms, if a dude touch a deaths me, and I just shit out my tail, that's so useful. That's like actually like, in some situations, that could be game breaking. That could be game breaking.
But for the skink, this isn't as big a problem. With all that being said, skinks are one of the more lackluster lizard builds, so let's keep going and get to the more interesting ones.
It's okay, Skink, you're S tier, my heart. The Basilisk, ooh.
Also in D tier, we have the Basilisk
Look at
lizard,
the coat on
which
that guy.
is most notable for its use of the sprint ability.
Yeah, they're the runners. Yeah, these guys, I love watching them run. They look so goofy. I love it.
Quite impressive, and it certainly
look at
is
him
a
go,
flashy
dude.
But upon further
Fucking
examination,
track
I
star,
don't think
man.
it's really all that useful in the long run. Being on the surface of the water is quite possibly the most vulnerable position in the game, leaving you open to attacks from above and below.
No! Oh wait, he got out of there.
I think it's more important to just point out that the whole reason the reptile faction split off from
Oh my god, they are just reptilian Jesus.
Was to remove their reliance on water. So choosing an ability
actually
with a pretty situational use that also requires that the user be on the water's edge
watch. Get the fuck out of here!
In the grand scheme of things.
Oh my god, they're just playing Dead by Daylight.
Doesn't even have bad stats. It couldn't use the water dash move without above average mobility. But still, I think its choice of movement is pretty self-limiting, and they'd be better off specking into other
RIP to that guy.
moves.
Fucking 07. The Gecko!
In C tier, we have two lizard builds who invested heavily into the climbing ability.
Look at him lick.
The Gecko build operates in a similar manner to the tree frog, with cling pads
he actually did the noise!
to climb any surface with ease. As far as mobility perks though, this is probably one of the best in the game. It works great as an escape option, but is also fantastic for utility and even for offense, allowing the user to approach targets that are normally harder to reach. Being able to hang on tight is also super important for arboreal combat, as fall damage is a major threat. With such a strong clinging ability...
Okay, I just want to say, props to that Gecko. No man left behind. He saw his homie was getting jumped, and he said, fuck it, I don't give a shit, that's a snake, I'm jumping in too, and he's helping out his homie. Humans can learn from the reptiles, bro. Humans can learn from the reptiles.
Geckos can often be the ones tossing other players into the void below. Geckos do have a fair number of weaknesses though. They opt to use their tails to store energy, which can be a useful ability.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm pausing too much, but like, dude, look at the pattern, like the way that the scales are placed. Like, I don't know, do you guys find this soothing? Do you guys find this soothing, like the way that like the scales are placed? Like, this just looks like really aesthetically pleasing. I kind of want to lick it. Okay, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think they're poisonous, but they also get up to a lot of shit. They also get touched by a lot of things, so I wouldn't recommend that.
But unfortunately, in doing so, they take away the option to use their tails to attack. Geckos also do not have scales, instead opting for skin that gives disease resistance bonuses. So their armor class is lower than that of most lizards, and actually more akin to amphibians.
Fucking 07,
because of this,
goddammit.
They're quite vulnerable to piercing damage, such as bird talons and snake fangs. And with relatively low damage output, their only real hope against such attacks is stealth, which some do definitely excel at.
Holy shit, the way he blends in,
solid
dude.
mid tier.
That's so crazy.
Yeah! Is a small, agile lizard build with a surprising number of special abilities, most notable of which are their adhesive toe pads and their color-changing skin. Most builds that run the cling pad ability tend to be more bulky and cumbersome. Anoles emphatically break this mold, being both excellent climbers and having a climbing speed that rivals that of the squirrel. Because of this, they're great at escaping attacks by jumping between trees and scrambling up branches. But where things really get interesting is with the color change perk.
This is so
Now,
cool.
the ability
That's
to
gotta be
change
one of the
colors
coolest
is one
perks
of the
to have,
most
right?
downright broken stealth
That's gonna be
perks
one
in
of the
game.
coolest perks to have.
And one of the main reasons
Like,
I
look at
consider
that, bro.
cephalopods top
Isn't
tier.
that, like,
Anoli
isn't it crazy that, are they fucking? Are they fucking? What, did I just pause? Let's give him a moment. Let's give him a moment. Let's give him a moment. Let's give him one moment. Let's give them one fucking moment. Yeah. Pun not intended. But like, okay, like this octopus, right?
in the game. And one of the main reasons
Isn't it crazy that like evolution in their biology could learn how to do that? That they could take stuff from their environment and they could change their own body to fit in with it. And that's just like a product of like thousands and thousands of years of evolution. That is like so fucking crazy to me.
I consider cephalopods top tier. Anoles have probably the most basic version of the color change perk.
I think they're
allowing
doing
them
it.
to
I think
shift
they're actually
between
doing
green
it.
and brown at will. While nowhere near as versatile as some other color changing builds, green and brown are pretty much all you need the vast majority of the time. This change is very gradual though, so it's unlikely to allow you to escape mid-combat.
God, that's
Which
so
is
cool,
unfortunate
dude.
because, similar
Oh,
to
it's
the
an Angry
gecko,
Bird.
the Anole suffers from a lack of combat options.
No!
when
No,
caught
let
out
him
in the
go!
open.
Let him go! No! Yo, did he just drop him? Wait,
Last
did you
in
just pick him
C2
up
we
just to
have
drop
in
him?
the open.
He did? What the fuck? That's actually so sadistic. That's actually so sadistic. What the fuck? Yo, the Gila monster, let's go.
Last in C tier we have the
Look
Gila
at that
monster.
guy.
The Gila monster is one of the,
The Gila
tankier lizard
monster.
builds, and possesses one of the highest damage outputs in
I also
the
like
game
that he has
for
like
its
personal
size.
stats for them. That's pretty
It
funny.
owes this high damage not to its actual power stat, but to its venomous bite, a rare ability among lizards. This makes them extremely dangerous in close combat, and combined with their excellent defensive stats and digging ability, this allows them to easily vanquish
Oh wait,
all
no,
the
not the little
players in any
rats.
nest it
No, not the
discovers.
little rats. They're
The
cute.
Gila monster is extremely slow moving.
No, not the
though,
scroll
which
either.
can cause issues if it's
He
ever
has a
forced
gun.
to
Watch out,
flee,
the scroll has a
or if it
gun.
needs to chase down a target. The lack of a long whip-like tail also means its defensive combat options aren't near as diverse as
Oh
other
well,
larger
scroll pop
lizards.
back.
Still, with one of the most devastating bites in the game, it's certainly no low tier.
Yeah, the
In B
iguana.
tier, we've got the tried and true iguana, arguably the best representative of the lizard build as a whole.
Actually,
as it has
yeah.
essentially all the main weaknesses and strengths of its class.
Wait, I've never
I
actually
have an
seen
entire
iguanas fight
video
before.
on the iguana, so go check that out if
I've
you want
actually
an
never
in-depth
seen iguanas
review,
throw hands
but in
before.
short, the iguana sports mid-range stats across the board, and is the first lizard on the tier list to make use of its tail
Oh,
for
little
something
dog.
other than a
Oh, little
sacrificial
dog.
scapegoat. The iguana's tail whip attack allows it to control a solid defensive
Watch,
zone around
watch,
itself
wait for it,
in
wait.
all
Boom!
directions, enabling it to defend itself from group attacks.
Dude, he's
Tail
just
whip's
backhanding
damage
the
is on
fuck
low
out of all
side,
these dogs.
so
Oh my
a
god.
persistent attacker could
No,
potentially
no!
just eat the damage in order to
Leave him
break through
alone!
and land
Leave
its
him
own
alone,
attacks.
little guy! Leave him
The iguana
alone! He's a
also has
friend, not
access to
food!
the autonomy ability, but this is especially
they also have
costly
that?
in the iguana's case, as it'd also be giving up its best combat move in the process. Overall, a solid mid-tier with lots of potential, especially in the marine servers.
Did he just fight a fucking
The
turtle?
chameleon build sports several of the most unique abilities in the game. So most lizards, especially the insectivorous ones, have a pretty simple game plan for
Yeah.
taking down enemies. Chase them down and grab them.
Okay.
This strategy has a lot of limitations though. First of all, it means you've got pretty much no options to attack a player who is too large to grab. It also forces you to optimize heavily towards mobility, forcing you to neglect other potential strategies in order to have a
True.
chance at
Being
catching
mobile's
up to
not
your
bad
target.
though. That's a good defense option
The
too.
chameleon subverts this limitation by specking into
Yeah,
one of
with
the
those freaky
strangest
ass
abilities in
eyes.
the game,
With those freaky
a
ass
tethered
eyes.
tongue attack. This essentially functions as a ranged grab, and is extremely effective at scoring the chameleon kills.
That is
This
crazy.
also allows the chameleon the freedom to prioritize other stats over mobility, and in the chameleon's case,
Also, their
they're
little
clearly
like
optimized
paw
for stealth,
claws are so
as
weird
evidenced
to
by
me.
their other special ability, color change. Now, while chameleons can change color in order to buff their camouflage, most use it for communication and intimidation,
What is he doing?
shifting to
What
brighter
is he
colors to
doing?
display dominance. While they don't have the same
I'm sorry,
cling
what the
pads
fuck was that? Hold
geckos
on,
and
hold on.
anoles do
He's
to
like,
display
"Bitch."
dominance.
Bitch.
While they don't have the same cling pads that geckos and anoles do, their prehensile tail gives them extra security to ensure that they don't
Wow,
get
he
easily
parried
ripped out
that
of
shit like a
trees,
fucking champ.
and allows them
He
to attack
parried
from
that shit like a
riskier
champ, dude.
positions. With all this said though, they still struggle when caught out in the open.
Shadow, I have never ever heard someone compare the chameleon claws to Lego claws, but I fucking see it. You're so right. They literally are just the Lego claws, but more useful. Oh my god, I have never made that connection before. Oh my god, that's gonna fuck with me. I'm not gonna be able to see that.
Because of their low mobility. And they also share the same offensive weakness of not being able to take down players that they can't gulp down in a single bite.
The Tierzoo.
The Tierzoo is a lizard build that has long been overlooked, but has recently become a serious contender on the tier list. Its recent invasion into the North American server has destabilized the local meta, and when you look at their stats, it's easy to see why. Tiezoos are similar in both strategy and stats to the iguana, but slightly slower and more defense-oriented. Their thicker hide and stockier build allows them to shake off attacks that would send other characters reeling. They've also got a higher intelligence stat than most lizards.
Is he stealing an egg?
Surprisingly decent support builds.
Oh my god, he's stealing an egg!
Builds like alligators in order to attack their nests. Tiezoos are also omnivores, meaning they aren't forced to participate in PvP in order to level up. They did spec into the autonomy ability though, which I unfortunately think keeps them out of top tier. Before I reveal the top tier lizards, I just want to say real quick, if you've made it this far and are
we got our first S tier coming up. The Komodo dragon has to be an S tier, right? It has to be an S tier. I can't see what else it would be.
Enjoying the video,
okay,
it would sure make my day if you subscribe.
It's gotta be. The Monitor?
Without a shadow of a doubt, the best lizard build is the Monitor lizard. They have everything.
Oh shit.
They've got the best stats, a combination of great mobility, power, size, and intelligence. Similar to the iguana, Monitor lizards have an extremely powerful tail whip, capable of deterring even top-tier predators.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Monitor lizards also have a venomous bite, which again is a rarity in the lizard faction.
That looked like it's fucking hard.
Lizards outright, they do have great versatility in their movement.
Look at him swim, dude.
Swim efficiently as well as climb most.
Oh, that bird's so fucked.
Though not
that bird is so fucked. You need a board. Get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. Extract.
Intelligence enables them to consistently figure out ways to successfully.
Was that a possum? Oh my god, nobody tell Pastel.
And their high
nobody tell Pastel.
Makes it so they can be rather difficult to stop once they've committed to an attack. This faction also contains the most powerful lizard in the game.
There he is.
A lizard that reaches near dinosaur power.
Yeah. There he is. There he is. He's finally here.
Komodo dragons are extremely powerful. They have a venomous
god
bite
damn.
That, not as powerful as cobra venom, is still powerful enough to seriously weaken even the tankiest builds. But
off of one bite, bro. That's insane.
Powerhouse. Their tail swipes, claw slashes, and thrashing bites can easily shred through the HP of their targets. Their only real weakness is their speed, which, while solid, isn't broken by any means. Still, with their incredible...
I am glad they don't got stamina, because, like, if I saw that, look at him run. Look at him run.
Slashing bites can easily shred through the HP of their targets. Their only real weakness is
if
their
I saw
speed,
him running to me like that, I'm shitting my fucking pants. I am shitting my pants. That's gonna freak me the fuck out. I may be able to get out of it if I run fast enough within, like, 20 fucking... feet. But if I saw a Komodo dragon charging me, I'm saying my prayers, bro. I'm saying my prayers. That's fucking GG.
Means. Still, with their incredible sense of smell, a player can never really truly escape a Komodo that's hunting them. The distance that you need to flee in order to make the Komodo unable to track you down would require you to leave the island server entirely.
You'd have to leave the server?
Komodos, as well as the entire Monitor Lizard player base.
That's how good their smell is? You have to get the fuck... Oh my god.
That shouldn't be sacrificed in order to escape a battle. So, there you have it, the Lizard tier list. Hopefully now you've got a good understanding of the Lizard's strategies and matchups.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. We have the objective tier list, right? We have the objective tier list. Which one of these is S tier in your heart? Like, I'm not talking about performance. I'm not talking about gameplay. What's S tier in your heart? Because, like, low-key for me, I think it's the skink. I have a soft spot for the skink, dude. I love how the skinks look. They're such, like, cute little guys to the point where, like, I think they're S tier in my heart. I think skinks are S tier in my heart. I love them so much. Def Iguana. Iguana's a good pick, too. Iguana's a good pick, and that's a classic. The classic, it's a classic for a reason. The Monitor, also a really good pick. The Monitor is also just fucking scary. It's also really scary. I know that there's some Monitor lizards that you could have as a pet. I wouldn't trust myself with it. I would not trust myself with a Monitor lizard. There's actually a local, like, kind of like reptile shop, like where I live. It's like kind of far from me, but like I know that they have a big ass enclosure where they could keep monitor lizards, and they're so cool to look at. They're so cool to look at. Yeah. I think iguana and monitor are good picks, but like the skinks, I don't know, dude. They're just derpy little guys that I love. They're just like really, like, where are they at? Like look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. How could you not love him? How can you not love him? Hello and thank you again for watching the video. If you liked the video, you should like the video and subscribe for more. And maybe if you want to hang out or even appear in the next video, go ahead and follow us over at Twitch. I like to interact with chat a lot. I also like to traumatize chat a lot. So if you wish to experience that, well, that's on you. Use that free will. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye!